Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Alpa Sharma. I hope I am clearly visible and audible to everybody. Good afternoon, everybody. So, if you could quickly confirm if I'm clearly visible and audible, we could start talking about the application form for Christ University. Am I clearly visible and audible? Yes? All right. So finally, the form for Christ University is out, and everybody who's targeting to get into this university for 2022 onwards session, the application form is out. And I'm sure there are going to be lots of doubts in your mind of how to go about the procedure, what are the things that are needed, and what is the pattern of the examination. So keeping in mind precisely the BB aspirants, we bought this session for you where we'll be talking about the application process and we'll be talking about how do you go about that. So make sure you go through the session carefully before you start sitting to fill out the form. Okay. Good afternoon, Tanya. All right. So first thing first, there are a few things you guys need to know before you start filling out the application form for Christ University. Christ University is offering the examination in 4 levels. So you don't have necessarily to take all the 4 examinations, but you could take all of them. Now, what is the purpose of these 4 examinations? So, for example, if you sit for the February examination, okay, that precisely is going to be conducted on 18th of February. So if you sit for this examination and if you think that I can score better, this examination did not go really well, then you can possibly retake the examination that's going to happen in the month of March or maybe April or May. So you could fill out any one of it or all 4 of it. It completely depends on you. You could take all 4 attempts as well. Okay, and then you can decide the best of your scores, and then accordingly you could choose to apply for the colleges according to your best of your scores. So these are going to happen in 4 alternate months: February, March, April and May. And the application form is for any of these 4 months is the same. So you have to fill out the application form only and only once. You could choose the date in the application form accordingly. Okay, so that is about the 4 months where the examination is going to be conducted. Now, let me take you through the exam structure, a quick brief about that, and then I'll tell you how to fill about the application form. So, Christ CUET examination, you know the examination's name, that is Christ University Entrance Test, has precisely 6 sections on which it's going to test you. It has 120 questions, which are going to be an MCQ type questions. You'll have 4 options, and you have to choose the correct option that you think. But remember, it has a negative marking. So for every incorrect answer that you mark, you'll get a 1/4 of negative scoring there. And for every correct, you'll get a plus for that. So there's a negative marking. So out of those 120 questions, you'll be getting 2 hours to solve these questions. And obviously, the entire examination is going to be in English. So, and the examination is going to be online, an online examination. That's the basic structure. Now, out of the 6 sections that we have, what are the sections that are going to be asked in the examination? The sections are these. So the first one is fundamental accounting, basic, simple accounting. That's going to be for 10 marks. So 1 mark for each correct answer. Okay. Apart from that, we have 20 marks given to quantitative ability, mathematics, numeric ability, basic fundamental mathematics is going to be asked here for 20 marks. Apart from that, 20 more marks for GK and current affairs. Now, when they say current affairs, understand the fact they precisely say current affairs, but apart from current affairs, there's a lot of related static that could also be asked. So you have to be careful about the related static also. So 20 marks for this GK and current affairs section. Now we've got 20 more marks for data analysis and interpretation. So you'll be given mathematical data interpretation questions which you'll have to process using your mathematical and logical ability. Now we've got 2 remaining sections constituting of the maximum marks. One is going to be English, that's verbal ability, and the other is going to be reasoning. So precisely these are the 2 sections that would include the maximum weightage, almost 50 marks allotted to these 2 sections only. These are the 6 sections which will constitute of 120 questions containing 120 marks plus 1 for every correct answer you get. But remember, there's a negative scoring as well. Okay? No, Tanishka, that's going to happen on Monday. This session is about the CUET examination for getting into Christ University. Okay? So, this is about the exam structure. Now, if you are sitting for registration of this examination, there are 4 steps that you have to follow for the registration. The first one, you register with your email ID. For that, you will be sent a verification email. That email will have an OTP which you have to enter on their website where you are going on with your registration process. After the OTP is verified through your email, you will be asked to fill out a detailed application form. I'll be addressing you with all the queries about this application form. That's going to be online. And in the end, you're supposed to pay the application fees. What is the fees? What is the process of application? Every detail will be addressed here. So, I hope there are no questions till now, anyone. I hope it's absolutely crystal clear to everybody. So, registering. Let us see how it looks like. The first step, go on Google, type Christ application form. The first website looks like this one. Open that. This is the website with a verified tick mark is what you have to get into. This is where your application process will start. So make sure you don't get it wrong. Make sure you don't land up into a fake page. This is what it looks like while you type Christ application form on Google. After you enter that website, the first step is going to be registering yourself. So you have to type your name, your email ID, and your password that you're going to create. Okay, obviously you have to confirm that because you are creating a new password here. Once you click on the register, it is going to send an official email to the email ID that you've entered right here on the screen that you see. You will be getting an OTP in your email ID, which will be a mail something like this. So Christ University is going to send you an email with your verification code for the application. So for example, this is your code. You type your code. Getting back to the previous page here, right? It will send you inside. You will type your code in a page that in a pop-up icon that looks like this. The code, remember, expires in 5 minutes. So make sure you have your email ID open. It is an accessible email ID because if you can't access it, you probably are not going to be able to enter the OTP here. So it's an accessible ID that you have. You enter your code here. You press on OK. Once you press on OK, it's going to take you to another page. And this is our official page. Now see, you have these black things, but then you are not going to see this as the black hidden ones. We've done that to hide the name and the email ID of the student. Okay, but you will be able to see your name correctly and your email ID correctly. After that, you would get 3 options here: postgraduate, undergraduate, and PhD. Since all of you are applying for an undergraduate degree, that is the BBA examination, bachelor's examination, bachelor's degree, you have to click on under management degree, undergraduate degree. Understood everybody? Yes? Any questions? No. All right. So after you click on your undergraduate degree, this page is going to take you through this page. Now understand this clearly, everyone. After you click on the undergraduate programs, there are multiple programs offered by Christ University for BBA. So for example, there's a BBA Honors and there's a BBA Decision Science and there's a BBA Business Analytics and there's a BBA TTM. You've got multiple BBAs. You choose the BBA that you wish to apply for. You choose and you apply online here. Okay, so if you're choosing an honors, you apply here. If you're choosing a BBA, you apply here. You apply on whatever program that you're choosing. Make sure you look at it very carefully. You apply to it very, very carefully. All right, that makes sense, everybody. So once you click on apply online, it takes you to an online application form. Now here, the first thing, your carefulness should increase now, because there are going to be important information that you have to fill out on. There's going to be important sequencing and preferencing that you have to fill out on. So be very, very careful here. Your name will be displayed here. Your date of birth will be displayed here. Your email ID that you've already entered will be displayed here. And make sure you enter 91 as your country's code, as India's country code. Okay. So make sure you enter 91 in the country code for your mobile number and enter your valid mobile number here. The valid one where they can connect with you. Not one which usually is switched off or is probably out of coverage. No, not that one. Fill out a valid mobile number where they can connect with you. Now, see, this is an important section here. There are Christ universities and their locations. Obviously, the predominant one is in Bangalore, and then we have one in Delhi NCR, and we have one in Mumbai as well. So you can set up your preference if you get the score, the desired one. Which is the first preference? Which campus would you want to go to at the first? So fill out the sequence, fill out the preference very carefully. We're going to take multiple sessions on what your preference should be. We're going to take multiple sessions on different types of BBA programs offered by them. But make sure you fill out on your preference very, very carefully. Okay, I hope there are no more questions about these. Once you fill out on your preferences carefully, and it's a mandatory. So you see these red asterisk marks? These are mandatory fields. You can't skip them. Your email ID, your mobile number, you have to certainly fill them. Once you've carefully filled out these preferences and your information, you go on continue. You can always go back and verify or check details, but if you are fine with them, you continue with it. You move to the next slide. How does the next slide look like? It tells you, it gives you a warning, it's a caveat where it tells you it's a non-refundable application process, and whatever you pay, you can never get a refund of it if you ever want that. And it's going to be an online payment, and you are ready to pay through an online mode, be it through a credit card or a debit card. So basically it's a disclaimer, and you have to agree to this disclaimer. So you have to click on this box that you accept the information provided by them. You accept everything that's written here. You click on accept, because obviously when you click on decline, you have to go back on the previous page. So it is accept. You click on this. What is the last date of filling the form, ma'am? Okay, Suhani, yes, that's a very good question. Let me write this down for you. So as I told you, there are going to be 4 examinations that you can opt for. So let me write down each month. So you have February, March, April. Here, let me take you through the slide. Give me a second. I'm taking you back. Give me a second. Yes. So you've got February, March, April, and May. You've got these ones, right? So out of these, February, the last application date is 10th of February. Okay, 10th of February. The examination is going to be on 18th of February. So 10th of February is this last application date. Then if you come to March, 3rd of March is your last application date. 3rd of March. 13th of March is going to be your examination. April, 24th April is going to be your last application date for April. And for May, it's going to be 28th of May. Okay. So these are your last date for filling out for the forms. Cool. So Hani, got this? And also remember, I am sure you already know this, that apart from your written examination, you'll have a micro presentation and a personal interview as well, which will be scheduled on another date. So for February, 18th of February, it's going to be your examination. Similarly, it will be scheduled between 18th to 21st. your micro presentation and your personal interview. So 18th to 21st, both of these tests are going to be scheduled. Okay, so here we continue with our idea. Once you accept on the terms and conditions, it will again ask you to confirm if you have a valid debit credit card or net banking. Click on this. You have a copy statement of marks of your 10th or 11th or 12th. All of these, you have a copy of them. You click on this and you agree to all the guidelines. You click on this. Once you click on or check on all these check boxes, you accept them. You need a copy of all your mark sheets. I'll be talking about your marks also because since you got your CGPA, this website does not accept your CGPA. It accepts your percentage. So how to convert your CGPA and your percentage, I'll tell you about that as well. So for now, click on these check boxes, accept and move to the next page. Now see, this is how your multiple option bar would look like. Your basic information that you had filled, your guidelines and terms and conditions that you had check marked in the check boxes. Now it's the detailed application form. This is the most crucial part, people, because once you go and do the payment, the chances of you rectifying it becomes negligible. So be very careful. Sit with somebody who cross-checks every information. Don't mess it up. Okay? Don't mess it up. Alright? So here we go. It will ask you about your name, the name that's printed in your mark sheets, the 10th and 12th mark sheets, your date of birth, your gender, your email that you've already filled out on, the same one, your citizenship, which very likely is going to be Indian, but if it isn't, you fill out on that. Are you applying through the NRI or overseas sponsor quota? Yes or no, apply on that, whatever quota that you're applying through. Do you have an Aadhaar card? Have you enrolled for Aadhaar? You click on those, whatever is true, your blood group, whatever information is needed. Be very, very careful to fill out on it. Whatever you choose, once you fill out through a normal quota, you can't go back to the NRI or overseas sponsored quota. Remember that. You can't change that. So once you filled out an application form, be very careful about adding these information. Okay. Once you're done, move ahead. You will be asked, while you fill out this information, you'll be asked to fill out your percentage in your last examination. So, since you get your CGPA, how to convert your CGPA into percentage would be you multiply your CGPA with 9.5. So, if your CGPA is 9.2, you multiply it with 9.5, the answer is going to be your percentage in your examination. That is what this examination is going to ask for. So fill out your qualification, every information that's needed, the month or the year of passing, whenever you pass it out, and last examinations percentage. Remember, not CGPA. So you have to fill out on your percentage, make this calculation, fill out on the percentage. It will take you to the venue where you're going to sit for the examination. Choose your preferred date very carefully. March, February, April, May, whatever month you choose. Choose your months very carefully, whatever you're going to apply for, and the venue where you're going to sit for the examination, that location, that online selection process is going to take from what location. Choose this, click on I agree. It will show you the details that you've applied for. Any questions, anyone? No? All right. So after you click on this checkbox, it will show you a brief application of that details that you've filled out on. Then you are going to be taken to an online payment page. The application fees is going to be 1500. Sit with the card that you're going to pay through, or maybe online net banking, or maybe through a debit card or credit card, whatever mode of payment that you're choosing. Sit with the information. It's going to ask you to pay 1500. You click on pay online because that's the only mode of payment that you can opt for. You click on pay online and choose your preferred mode of payment. So it could be debit card, credit card. How many chances are given to give the examination, Suhani? 4. You've got 4. Okay? So you could sit for this examination 4 times. After you come to that payment page, it will show you a dashboard of this sort. After your payment is done and after everything is done, it will show you an application forms brief like this. Click here to complete application. You see if there's anything pending. You go on that and you've got some time to complete that application. So within that stipulated time, if there's anything pending, go on that and fill out on it and fill it up very, very quickly. So that was about the form filling strategy, the application process for CUET Christ University entrance test examination. I'm sure you've got everything. If you just miss out on anything, go back to the video, go through it again. If there are any questions, you could post under my video. I'll make sure one of the people from my team replies to your comment. There are a few more things I'd like to tell you. If you're targeting CUET for 2022 target year, we've got a champion course that we've launched. So if this examination is your target, look no further. Enroll yourself at the earliest for this examination. Also, if you're targeting IPMAT and BYJU'S, we've got batch 2 that we've recently launched. So if these 2 examinations are your target, please enroll yourself for those examinations batch at the earliest. Every day at 4 p.m. we come live on our channel with free series on logical reasoning by Rohindip ma'am. So don't miss out on these free series. We've got multiple free series. 4 p.m. logical reasoning, 2 p.m. GK free series on our channel by Salik sir, and 11 a.m. free series on maths quantitative ability by Ankur sir. I'm sure you would not want to miss out on them. So brush up and enroll yourself at the earliest for these programs. You know our stellar team, the best in the industry. The teachers are Rohindip ma'am, Rabia ma'am, Salik sir, Vinod sir and Ankur sir. If there are any questions that you would want me to answer, you could reply to me in the comment section under my video. We'll make sure that our team answers to it. Have a very, very good day, everybody, and God bless all of you.